Okay, welcome to another episode of Ask a Rap Coach Anything, the one show where you can ask a real live rap coach, me, Drew Marcy, anything about rap, your skills, your development, what's your favorite team, obviously the Phillies, anything you want within reason. So usually every episode we take two questions and one comment, and this episode we're doing the same. So let's get into it. So the first question comes from Real Red Wolf. The Real Red Wolf. And he asks, how do you work on delivery or pronouncing words clearly? I have great verses, and when I record, I end up having to do 100 takes because of bad delivery. Again, how do you work on delivery or pronouncing words clearly? Because I have great verses, and when I record, I end up having to do 100 takes because of bad delivery. Well, Real Red Wolf, I have to be honest, me personally, even after all these years, one of the biggest things that I work on when recording a track is the delivery. And, I've written for so many years, and this is just my perspective, that to a certain extent, the writing is almost easier than the delivery. You have to decide if you want to deliver it in like an intense way, or should you be more chill, or, are you going to take in the mixing later on? So if you're going to have an echo on your track, you may want to deliver it a little bit differently. So the short answer is, in my experience, you're going to spend a lot of time doing takes, messing with your delivery. Now, of course, famous rappers, the big celebrities, they have the benefit of the studio and the label behind them to sit and go for hours and hours and hours and messing with voices and stuff like that. You, unfortunately, yes, to a certain extent, where you are in the game, you're going to have to spend a lot of time on delivery. Now, to say you have a bad delivery or that you're taking 100 takes and because you're not liking the delivery, you may want to consider playing the song, just doing a delivery, getting it down packed, at least making it easy to hear, and then play it for friends. Because oftentimes you may think this is a bad take or this is a bad version of the delivery, and you play it for friends and people enjoy it. So some of my songs that people and friends of mine like the most, or fans like the most, or whatever, they end up actually enjoying the delivery, even though I thought it was kind of average. So, in short, yes, a lot of your time in the studio is spent messing with your delivery. So the fact that it's taking you a lot of takes doesn't mean necessarily it's bad or that it's weird. Like, a lot of MCs, me included, and the famous ones, spend a lot of time redoing deliveries, taking a lot of takes, sort of like movies in that way. On the other side, you may not know what your perfect delivery is just yet. You may want to consider asking some friends, playing it for somebody else, other MCs, and you might surprise yourself and they might be like, oh no, that's perfect. So that's my answer for that one. Shout out to Red Wolf. Question number 2 comes from Tyrone Chris. And Tyrone Chris asks, what's your opinion on rappers with unconventional voices? Rappers like Danny Brown, Q-Tip, and Kendrick Lamar have prospered off it. But it also hurt a career like Swiss Beats, who many consider a good lyricist but have an annoying voice. All I can say is that I have a high voice and sound white. Will it matter? Even though I hate my voice, I'm confident with my rap. Well, Tyrone, you're asking a lot of different things, and so I'll try to go step by step. Now, first, unconventional voices, it's sort of like in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What's a good voice, unconventional voice in rap? It's in the eye of the beholder. You have people that like rappers with raspy voices. You have people that like rappers with like high pitched voices. You can think of Wayne or Drake. They have a higher voice, but then you can also think of Pac or DMX or someone with a deeper voice, and Method Man with the raspy, smoky voice. So, what is a conventional rap voice? Really depends, and each era has its own things. So in the 80s, there was a conventional rap voice like that. And then in the 90s, it was a little bit more like gangsta, I guess. And then now it's a little bit more high pitched. So you don't have to feel limited by, what is the standard voice? What's the conventional voice or unconventional? The second part about Swiss Beats being a great lyricist, I love Swiss Beats. He's the man. I don't know many people who consider him a good lyricist per se. What I'm saying? He's more of a producer. That's sort of more his lane. But and his voice, I think he has a really cool talking voice for sure. And he's obviously been in the background on a lot of classic rap songs. So I don't really know what to say about Swiss other than he's an amazing producer And, I don't think that he is a person that you as a rapper want to necessarily focus on unless you're going for the producer rapper thing. Because, if you want to be an MC, you want to be a rapper, there's a lot of other rappers who are more in the MC lane than Swiss. Swiss is like a producer, and the last thing I'll say about Swiss is that he did get Alicia Keys in the end of it, so he's doing something right. Shout out to Swiss. But what's your last point? Your last point is, even though I hate my voice, I'm confident with my rap. I think, Tyrone, if you don't like your voice, if you hate your voice, then I don't know necessarily how confident you can fully be with your rap. And I mean that in all honesty. Voice is so important and such a big thing that, you may want to just think, okay, I'm good at a lot of other things in my rap, but my voice is the one thing I need to improve. So that you don't need to hate your voice. You don't need to say, I hate my voice, but you can build your confidence from, I'm good at these things, so right now this is my plan of attack, voice. But conventional, unconventional, Swiss versus whoever, tomato, tomato. But your plan of attack now from the homie Drew is your voice. So hope that helps. And the comment for the day comes from Jin Putosaneni. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. He says, I like your videos. They inspired me to rap. Well, thanks, man. Wow. I mean, that's an honor. I love seeing these comments where they're like, I started rapping because of this channel, or I didn't think I could rap before and now I can. Like, that's a super honor. And I feel, that blows my mind. Like, when I started this channel, I was just thinking, okay, this will be for people who already rap and like want to learn more, like whatever advice I can give. But the idea that I'm inspiring people to rap or making people believe that they can rap, that's beautiful, because that really is what it's all about, the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always like to say, I'm selfish. I'm a rap fan too, and I'd love to have more people rapping and adding their ingredients into the dish, whatever that analogy means, of this rap thing. So thank you, Jen, and mad respect. And thank you as well to Tyrone and to Real Red Wolf. If you enjoyed these videos, be sure to subscribe, and also subscribe to our newsletter, which is in the video description of this box. I see a lot of people asking, how do you find my music? I have a SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/howtorapdrew, so you can hear me doing my rap thing as well. But be sure to also just continue following along all the social media, ask your questions, and we'll keep rocking. So with that being said, I'm Drew Marcy, and I just taught you how to rap. Peace.